there everyone, Push for Life back again with another video for the step sequencer. And again, it's a video just for beginners to get you going on Push 2. So in the previous video, what we did is we took a look at how the step sequencer is set up, and I showed you how to program a very, very basic beat. So in this next tutorial video, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to program the exact same beat in a lot less of the time, and I'm going to show you how to build some variations with the bass drum on the basic beat. Okay, so the first thing we did was we had the bass drum right here. We had the bass drum going through on the 1, 2, 3, and 4. So remember, here is the 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander, 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander. So a very quick way of doing that is I'm just going to select them like this. Okay, that's the bass drum setup. Now the snare is on the 2 and 4, so that's 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander, which is all here. And the hi-hats were on the 8th notes, which were just like this. Very, very simple stuff. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to erase the bass drum for now. And a very quick and easy way of doing that is up here we have the delete button. I'm going to hold that down and push the bass drum. Great. So now there's no bass drum left on the track. We just have 8th notes on the hi-hat and the snare drum on the 2 and the 4. Now, for those of you that aren't drummers or don't really know how drum beats are set up, 8th notes on the hi-hat and the snare drum on the 2 and 4 are really sort of a prerequisite for typical popular drum beats. Okay, so we'll leave that as it is for now, and we're just going to bring in some nice variations just using the bass drum. So I've selected the bass drum. As you can see, it's all white pads right now. Let's just see if we can have some fun. Okay, so I'm going to just select the bass drum on the 1 and the 3 right now. So it's 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander, and the same for the second bar. Now I'm going to put the bass drum, for instance, on the 4th 16th note here. And as you can see, we've already got a really nice variation going. I can take that away. Let's put it right here. Now we have the bass drum on the 1 and the 1 and the 3 and the 3 and. And maybe we'll take these two off and put them here. As you can see, you can just play around with the bass drum and you'll start getting really interesting things. Now, all the variations that are happening right now are on the 1, the 2 is empty, and the 3. The 4 is empty, and it's the same in bar 2. Now we can maybe put in some bass drum notes on the second half of the bar, maybe. Or maybe put them here. So you can see it's very easy to start creating really interesting drum beats just by changing the bass drum. Like if I mute out the bass drum right now, I push mute right here, and I'll just push the bass drum button, and you can see that the hi-hat and the snare are always just playing the exact same thing. All of the interesting stuff is happening in the bass drum. And there you have it. An easy way to create interesting drum beats just by varying the bass drum. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll be back soon with another video. See ya!